It is a case of a man, a girlfriend and his dead wife. They were the model couple running a successful business and traveling the world until her body was discovered in a small dam off Thika Road last weekend.
Investigations into the murder of Mary Wangui Kamangara, believed to have been hit by a pressure cooker 9 times, are further implicating her husband's mistress, Judy Wangui. The probe, taken over by homicide detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigation headquarters, reveal that Judy Wangui forced her house help to clean up blood stains left on the floor of her Four Ways Junction home, which has since been marked the primary crime scene. Citizen TV has learned that the house help confessed to the police that Joseph Corey, Wambui's husband, was not at the scene during the murder.
On January 26, 2019, two close friends were seen enjoying nyama choma and taking selfies at Homeland Inn along Thika Road. But just hours later, one was caught transporting the other's lifeless body in a Mercedes-Benz, allegedly heading to dump it in a dam. The motive behind it all, love. At the heart of this shocking story was Joseph Corey Karue, a wealthy tycoon from Moiga, Nyeri County. Wondering how it all happened? Here's the story. This is Cold Files. Joseph Corey is a successful businessman and entrepreneur, well known for his achievements in the timber business. But like many great entrepreneurs, his rise to wealth started from very humble beginnings. Together with his first love, Grace Wanjiku, Joseph Corey worked hard from a tiny single room in Kayole. Though they had little, their strong bond helped them face life struggle and keep moving forward. They started out by supplying rice to local shops, working tirelessly to secure a better future for their young family. In 2008, they welcomed a beautiful daughter, a blessing that came a year after the painful loss of their first child. With faith and determination, their hard work paid off as God blessed their journey. They grew from success in the rice business to thriving ventures in the timber industry, which Corey handled. Together, they seemed destined for greatness. But on his path to success, Joseph Corey met Mary Kamangara, daughter of seasoned politician John Kamangara. A vibrant personality and sharp business mind, he even owns a pawn shop in Nakuru, quickly caught his attention. Around that time, Corey landed a lucrative government tender to supply logs for rural electrification, earning millions. Blinded by wealth and his new love, he completely drifted away from his first marriage. In 2008, the same year, his daughter was born. Joseph Corey married Mary Kamangara. She later gave him 2 sons, and together they built an elegant home in Nairobi for their growing family. They raised their 2 sons in comfort and luxury, guided by Christian values since Mary was a Bible school graduate. Corey loved his wife deeply and made sure his family had everything they needed. Corey started a hardware shop for Mary in Kahawa West to keep her busy while she focused on bigger deals. The shop, named Saga Hardware, soon grew into a thriving business. Not longer after, Corey bought Mary a Mercedes-Benz C200 to make running the business easier for her personal use. When things were going well, he treated his family like royalty, sparing no expense. Corey took his family to all the beautiful places in Kenya, from wildlife safaris to water parks, at village market, and even go-kating for some excitement. Mary often posted their fun adventures on social media. If Nairobi ever felt too hectic or dull for the young couple, Joseph Corey would tell his love, pack your things. We are headed to Mombasa. In just 40 minutes, they'd be on a plane, ready to enjoy the white sandy beaches. Mary deeply appreciated her husband for these spontaneous getaways, as he also aimed higher with overseas trips like places in Dubai and Malaysia. He was grateful for everything, feeling that this was the family he had always dreamt of. Meanwhile, far from their luxury, a young woman named Judy Wangui was struggling to survive in Nairobi. Having come to the city with little more than a primary school education, she was trying to make both ends meet. Like a true hustler, Judy Wangui started by selling boiled eggs, sausages, and tea at a car wash in Tendegwa. She also cleaned client shoes for 200 shillings a pair that helped her stay afloat in the bustling city. One day, as Judy went about her daily routine at the car wash, a new client pulled up. It was Joseph Corey. He noticed the young woman cleaning shoes and thought to himself, how now? After some conversations and days of communication, Joseph Corey helped Judy land a cashier job at their hardware store, changing her fortune. This gesture was driven by mutual attraction between them. However, the attraction was mostly one-sided, with Judy being captivated by the lavish lifestyle, while Joseph Corey provided for his wife, from generous allowances to both local and international trips. Judy wanted that lifestyle for herself as well. So when Joseph Corey, like any other man, made his move to see if Judy Wangui was interested, she quickly fell for him. She couldn't bring herself to say no to the married man. Living a life of indulgence, Joseph Corey revealed in the company of the wild Judy at various posts, while all hoping his wife wouldn't find out. They had now become partners in crime. Sleeping in the same bed, Joseph Corey thought he was lucky to have a sidechick, but little did he know he had fallen into her trap. Judy's plan wasn't just about an affair. She aimed to becoming his first lady, as he posted on Facebook. As days passed, the relationship grew more intense, receiving everything she needed. Judy, who came from a humble background in Gekure village with an ailing mother, found the life of money and luxury almost too good to be true, especially for a school dropout like her. But with Corey in her arms, everything was within reach. If she wanted to go anywhere, all she had to do was to text her love, and like magic, he'd make it happen. From motorbikes races, from expensive lunch dates in the heart of the city to adventurous getaways in the wild and at Paradise Lost, Corey spared no expense. To make matters more extravagant, when her favorite artist Diamond Platnumz was in Kenya, he took her to Naivasha to meet him. That's when she realized this was a sign she couldn't ignore. It was time to make a decision, or her life would never change. So Judy asked Corey to fulfill her dream of a better home, and she granted it by renting her apartment of 60,000 per month at Daisy Court 4-Ways Junction, complete with a house help to serve her needs. By this time, Judy had already quit her job at the hardware to keep the wife out of their business. She was now running a wines and spirits shop near the car wash where she first met Joseph Corey. For deliveries, she would use a Toyota Allion that she frequently hired from a friend because there was no way she was going to use a boda boda while dating a millionaire. No way. Life was good for Judy Wangui, who was now living her dream. Everything that once seemed out of reach was now hers. No one could ever call her poor again. Meanwhile, Corey's wife, Mary, sensed that something was wrong with their relationship, as her husband, who was often out of her arms, a woman she didn't know, was taking care of the husband. She cried but remained prayerful. Despite being betrayed, Mary gave Corey another chance to work on their rocky marriage. Corey accepted her offer and slowly began cutting communication with Judy. However, Judy was always steps ahead and could sense the storm before it hit. She knew that without Corey, her lavish lifestyle she had grown accustomed to would slip away, becoming nothing more than a distant dream. So she devised a plan. Her plan was to make sure there was no way she was going to let him leave her after like that. Better eat, all than worse. On January 26, 2019, she engraved and without thinking clearly, Judy hired a car that took her to Joseph Corey's matrimonial home. Her purpose was to confront Corey, who had been avoiding her. Upon arrival, Judy encountered Corey's son, whom she offered to take to Garden City for pizza, while asking about his father's whereabouts. However, the well-mannered boy first went back to his mother for permission to go out with Auntie Wadadi. When Mary Kamangara had her son asked to go out with Auntie Wadadi, she was immediately disturbed. Who is this Auntie Wadadi? She wondered. She quickly went to the gate to confront her. To her shock, Mary was met with the sight of her former hardware employee, Judy Wangui. She was deeply perturbed, but still she couldn't believe that Judy could be the one sleeping with her husband. How now? She thought in disbelief. Mary remained calm and almost as if under duress, agreed to accompany Judy on a lunch date, unaware that she drove away in the Mercedes-Benz to Homeland Inn. This was her last day alive. They were photographed savoring delicious nyama choma with Mary Kamangara, unaware that the woman she was sharing a piece of meat with would ultimately take her life just a few hours later. After finishing their lunch, the two left the hotel and headed to Judy Wangui's apartment at 4 West Junction. This was the last time Mary Kamangara was seen alive. The next time Mary was found, her body was discovered meters deep at Najuja Dam. No one knew who had dumped her there, but detectives were now determined to uncover the truth, and so the investigations began.